Hello everybody, this is Shrikant Dasari from Dasari Tuts. Okay, so today we are going to learn about the very basics of CPP file structures program. Okay, so just to read content from a text file. Okay, so first let me launch the ID. So we know that we are using Visual C++ 2005 Express edition. Okay, so to create a new project, to write code in this very basic lightweight IDE, which is also a very old version of Visual Studio Express editions. So we have to select File, New, Project, and then just select Empty Project here, and then just give some name to your project, like let's say reading from file. So whatever you wanted. Okay. So just creates a blank project structure here. So under the source files directory, let's add a new item code .cpp file. Let's say read dot cpp read. Okay, so automatically .cpp file will be getting created, and here our intention is to read from a small and tiny text file using our ifstream object. Okay, so we have to create an object for ifstream class, and then with the help of that object, we can read some content from the text file. Okay, so very small content. So before that, let's prepare ourselves with some small text file here. Okay, so let's if you have watched the previous tutorial, you might already be knowing that we have the folder structure or project directory of our Visual C++ Express edition sits here in my documents. So if you go to my documents and Visual Studio 2005 and then projects. So the project, whatever we have created just now, which is reading content from file, reading from file. Okay, so here in this section, in this reading from file folder, so let's create a new just a small text file. Let's let me name it as sample. Okay, so in that file, I'm just putting some content, which is nothing but just my name. Okay, I've just created a small text file and I have just put my name in there. In order, now our intention with our C++, with the help of our C++ program, we have to just read this just 8 bytes of data, content file, text file here. Okay, so let me launch the ID, go back to the ID. Let us start writing the program. So the very basic header file. So when we are dealing with the file IO in C++ is fstream.h. So you all might be familiar with that. And let's include our IO stream also. It's also another important one. Okay. So we have our main function. So int main. So very basic function. So let's put it cin.get just to make the output screen constant until we give any input here. Okay, so return 0. Okay, so we have all our basic stuff here. Okay, so now if you want to open a file in read mode, so if you want to open a file in if you want to open a file to read some content inside the file, so we need to create an object for ifstream class here. Okay, so in the last lesson we have seen how to create an object using ifstream class. In the last lesson we have just opened a file and kept some content in the file. So that is in case if you want to open a file and put some contents or write into a file, you need to create an object for OFStream class. So if you want to read from file, then we need to create an object. First, we need to create an object for ifstream class. So let's say the name of the object is infile. Okay. So now you have to open the file, whatever you are going to read with this infile object. So infile dot open. So infile dot open. So let's say the name of our file which we have already created, sample.txt. Okay, so I have stream in file dot open sample file.txt. So now what happens here is so let's take that object in file and use this operator which we have used in C. And if you remember the syntax of C and C++, okay, the scene follows. I'm just putting in the comment here. Okay, so scene has this syntax of using this extraction operator. Okay, so that's what we have done here. So before that, let's take a small character, array of character or a string. Let's just say my name or something like that. My name of 20 or something like that. Okay, I have just taken a string here, and now what I've done is my name. Okay, so what I'm doing is using this scene kind of syntax from this object, infile object. I'm just grabbing that single text name which we have stored in our sample.txt file, and I'm just putting it, and using the std statement, I'm just displaying it to output. Okay, so if you run the program until this instance, if everything goes well, we haven't had. Okay, so we have forgot to use add this thing here. So using namespace st, which is a very mandatory thing. So now we run the program. So now if you observe, interesting. Okay, so here is the output here. Okay, so let me make the screen a little bit bigger here. Okay, so if you observe here, so whatever the text we have created, text file we have created and stored some data in that. So what through our program, we have just grabbed the same text from the disk, and we have read the data, the single small data, and we have just outputted to the screen here. Okay, so this is the very basic way just to open a file in read mode. Okay, so to summarize once again, so let me put all the things together. Okay, so here we have the header files, the very basic header files like fstream and iostream. Okay, and then we have created an object for iostream class. Okay, so to read data from file. Okay, so object to read data from file. Okay, so string variable, string to hold the read data. Okay, so here we are opening the file. So if you remember, once again, we have just created a file in our project directory, projects directory. We have our project directory here in projects, Visual Studio 2005 projects. So there in our read from file directory, we have already created a file, sample.txt, and we have just put a small name here. So that's what we are doing here in our program. We have just opened that sample.txt file which we have created in our project directory, and then using this syntax, scene kind of syntax, excuse me, using the infile object which we have created for iostream class, and we have just grabbing the single name and putting in the string here. Okay, so character array, and then using with the help of our std statement, we are just displaying that to the output screen here. Okay, so this program works for any name. If you want to go back to your text file, and if you want to change to Harry or something like that, if you close the text file and come back to IDE, and if you run the program once again, so you get that name here. Okay, so whatever the name you have stored inside that text file, the program just reads the text file here. Okay, so the actual reading thing happens here. So reading from text file using extraction. So using extraction operator. Okay, so using extraction operator, so we are reading the text file from, and then we are storing simultaneously uh, in the string variable here. Okay, so and the same thing, we are displaying the contents of the. Now I'm just putting another comment here. So displaying the contents, the contents of the file to standard to standard output. Okay, so whatever the file, the contents you have read and you have just stored in that object here, sorry, in that string variable, and then you're using the keyword statement, you're just putting them into the stand output, which is a console here. Okay, so if you run the program once again, let me get rid of the output window. So if you run the program once again, so you get the same the text output whatever you have stored inside the text file here. Okay, so if you observe here, so we have a text file which has a small name, and we have this that name gets displayed in the output window with the help of our the very basic C++ program to read the contents of a text file here. Okay, so hope this helped you. So feel free to comment your valuable feedback in the form of comments in YouTube, and if you like the video you can hit a thumbs up. Okay, so see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.